What's up, Raven Nation? This is Tommy Gardella.
And I'm Christina.
Aren't you tired of not being able to eat at a restaurant?
Yeah, duh.
Do you want to get some fresh air and grab a bite to eat?
Well, maybe you can. Find out more right after this.
The current COVID case number at Royal Oak High School as of Friday, March 26th is a total of 4 people. After contact tracing was completed, a total of 50 high school students are quarantined because they were identified as someone who may have been exposed. Notifications are being sent out when someone in the school community has tested positive, and necessary precautions are in place to limit the spread of COVID-19.
Juniors are invited to attend a virtual financial aid presentation on March 26th at 6 p.m. Topics will include the elements of financial aid, the free application for federal student aid, and a variety of resources including scholarships. Be sure to check out Germany's latest emails for the Zoom link.
Hang in there for one more week because spring break is right around the corner. The last day of school before break is Thursday, April 1st, and this is not an April Fool's joke because break begins on Friday, April 2nd. Break concludes on Friday, April 9th, with school resuming the following Monday. The last day of the third quarter is coming up soon. The current quarter ends on Thursday, April 15th. Keep up the good work, Ravens, as the fourth and final quarter is fast approaching.
Food truck rallies return in April at the Royal Oak Farmers Market, located off of 11 Mile in South Troy. They take place each second Wednesday of the month from 5 to 9 p.m. Be sure to go down and grab some food.
In sports, tonight is the Dive State Finals, where fellow Raven juniors Ben O'Neill and Hayden Forsyth will be competing. And tomorrow will be the Swim State Finals, where senior Mason Selecki will also be competing. Good luck and go get 'em, boys. Also coming up in sports, our spring season is getting underway next week. On Monday, we have a boys varsity baseball game against Shrine at home at 4, a girls varsity soccer game away at Lakeview at 7, and a boys lacrosse team has a home game against Shrine at 7. Let's go RO and let's start the season strong. Also, girls lacrosse is running a virtual Spirit Wear fundraiser right now through Tuesday 3:30. As a self-funded sport, the team is responsible for all costs each season, so all proceeds will go directly to the lacrosse program. This link includes both lacrosse gear and general Rohs apparel. Thank you in advance for all the support. That's all in sports. Until then, I'm Jake, and see you next time.
Track is awesome.
This track season is bound to look more different than any other track season we've had yet. So, I went to track and I asked my coaches and fellow teammates just how drastic this change might be.
So we are trying to plan our practices so that everyone's spread out. Any times where there could be occasions where people might be closer together, we're asking them to have a mask on or at least have it ready. And so, for example, when runners are heading out onto the streets and sidewalks of Royal Oak, they're going out in small groups. We're trying to do the same around the track. So as an outdoor sport, we feel like those are both, good steps that will help us stay safe and keep us competing through the season.
We have to wear our mask warming up and cooling down, which it was pretty hard at first. It's cooling down. It's a little bit tough. Obviously, it's harder to breathe, and it's just when you're running and then when you're doing drills, obviously it's a little hard, but it's getting there. And I honestly do think it eventually will help my breathing, and it does, since you're breathing so hard. When you're breathing without it on, it definitely helps a lot.
It feels different, but it's still fun and kind of interesting and exciting, so I'm excited for the season to start.
I am absolutely ready for a great track season. It was a very sad, set of days when we learned that we weren't going to have a track season last spring, and so I'm more than ready and thrilled to have a great group of guys and girls excited to be running track this spring.
Right now it is 45 degrees outside and cloudy with a slight chilly breeze. Tonight will be cloudy and in the 40s. Tomorrow has a high of 58 and a low of 44, and it will be sunny. Be sure to go out and enjoy the sun when it's out, especially after being indoor for school all day.
Work stacking, dishes racking, weight packing. We all aren't runners or weightlifters, but we can be walkers, bikers, boxers, dancers, players, gamers, shoppers, jumpers, ballers, climbers, throwers, and even catchers.
You got to
Act.
act to be active.
College. This is where most of us are going to go after high school, so here is some senior advice on how to apply.
High school is actually important. Colleges look at everything in high school to determine your acceptance into their college. One of the first things they look at is GPA. You want to make sure it's as high as possible and that you're working hard all 4 years and not just take a year off, because colleges look at your rate of progression. Another thing that colleges look at are your extracurriculars. You want to make sure you stand out and that you're not a boring person. Find something you're interested in and either join a club or another activity outside of school, or maybe even a job, whatever can make you pop. And another important thing is that you take leadership positions inside those clubs, because what it means is that you are passionate about something, but you also really care about it enough to kind of change it for the better and kind of leave a long-lasting effect in school.
Testing is also super important. You can take either the SAT or the ACT, and you also want to make sure to research both and really ask about them and see which one suits your skills better. You also want to try to improve your score through tutoring or buying books to help you study. Overall, I think you have to also research which schools has a score that you want to achieve and make sure that you're reaching that score.
When choosing a college, there are many important factors to consider. The first thing that you want to do is start researching and compiling a list of these colleges. Some important factors that you may want to include on this list may be cost, where the college is located, the academics, or even the class size. One useful thing is signing up for college tours and going to visit the college itself. This is where you can get a feel for how life is on campus and be able to talk to current students there.
In order to apply to most colleges, you'll most likely use the Common App, and a big part of that is recommendation letters. So you're going to need to request those from your teachers at the end of your junior year in order to give them enough time and really showcase you as a student. You're also going to be writing a lot of essays for your colleges. There's a lot of supplemental ones for each individual college, so try to get a head start on that and really put a lot of effort and time into it and have people proofread them. And don't start the week I did because it was really stressful.
So one of the biggest parts of applying to colleges is the money aspect. So filling out the FAFSA, doing scholarships, these are all super important. And the biggest thing to keep in mind is to not wait till the last minute. You have to do these early on so that you have the biggest opportunity to get as much as possible. So rather than waiting till the deadline, fill it out as soon as it's available. And this also includes doing research and stuff like that early on so that you have the best opportunity to get as much money so that you can make the best decision for you.
We're always told this, yet we forget.
Do not procrastinate.
It's a great day to be a Raven. Be safe and have a great weekend.